Hey everyone, welcome back to Fin Treatment and Training. My name is Andrew Finlinson. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and certified strength and conditioning specialist. And in today's video, we have some stretches and exercises for you that help to combat common compensations that the body makes during our regular day that often contribute to knee pain. All you'll need for today's exercises is either a chair or a bench, and possibly a wall if you need it for balance or stability. But with that, let's get started. So the first thing that we need to understand about knee pain is that it's often just the victim of its two neighbors. And what I mean by that is your ankle and your hip. So when we look at your ankle first, if there's a restriction when you're coming down into a squat, you'll get restricted here. Your foot will naturally try to turn out to the side to allow your foot, your ankle to collapse in and allow you to come down. So you might feel like this is good, this is normal, you're able to go about your day, but in reality, over time, this is going to really wear on your knee. So we're going to want to work on ankle mobility and releasing that restriction that's in the front or tension in the back. The other thing that we're looking at is your hip. So the hip is the steering wheel of the leg. So if you pick up your leg, your knee is steady, ankle steady, not moving, but you're going to point your hip to the outside. Now your knee is pointing over here. So you didn't do anything, you didn't move your knee, but just changing the angle of your hip affects how your knee is going to be placed. So now if your foot's steady and you're having that hip movement with poor control or weakness, especially if you're coming down into a squat, that over time is also going to wear on the knee quite a bit and build up a lot of that pain. So to start off today, we're going to go with a couple 30-second holds in a stretch position for the ankle to address that stiffness there. So if you come forward, you're going to kind of come into like a little track position where you have your hands down on the blocks, coming forward, but the main goal here is to get that ankle mobility. So you're bending forward and coming in here. You're going to hold this position for 30 seconds, and I'll show a modification of this if you're not able to get it with your knee. But the main goal here is if you can get your knee between the big toe and the second toe. So if you can get that position, a lot of times I'll see that takes away a lot of the pain. But just holding that there, get a little bit of that tension and stiffness out, let it kind of melt away. And we'll try this other leg here, same deal. So knee goes over between the big toe and the second toe. Holding that position, you might feel a little bit of restriction. You may even feel that one ankle is a little bit stiffer than the other ankle. That's totally normal. But just working on this and holding that stretch, being patient, will help to calm things down. But again, we'll hold this for 30 seconds. So for our goal today, we're going to start off with these stretches, do one little exercise to kind of lock it in, and then we're going to go into more of that hip control. We'll come out here, and this is going to be a good modification. If you couldn't quite get that feel for it with your knee, if you come up next to a wall, put the foot that you're targeting in the back, and you're going to come forward. Make sure that your toes are pointing forward. A lot of people try to point that out to the side. Keep it forward. Lean your body forward. And this way you're able to get that ankle angle, kind of fun, ankle angle here without bending your knee so much. So right here we're going to be primarily hitting a lot of the soft tissue and the muscles in the back of the leg, especially with that calf complex. So if your knee's straight, you're going to be hitting the gastroc muscle a little bit more. Whereas if you bend your knee, let's try bending your knee here, you may feel a little bit more of the restriction in the front of the ankle, or you'll feel a stretch a little bit deeper down into the leg, kind of closer to the ankle, but in the backside. Again, holding this here for about 30 seconds, and we'll switch to the other side. Okay, go ahead and switch here. Start off with the knee straight. Keep that good hold, keep that forward motion with your ankle. And we'll bend here, just a tiny little bend in the knee. Try to keep that heel down as best you can. Toes pointing forward. All right, okay. Now that we've stretched that out a little bit, we're going to try to lock it in. So this is, again, if you have a little bit of a wall, something to kind of hold on to stabilize yourself. We're going to go for 15 reps, 15 to 20 reps. The other way to do it is if you lean against a wall. So I like to do it against a wall. Helps me to balance a little bit better. But you're trying to lift your toes up high as you can, controlling back down. So you're strengthening that anterior, the front side of your shin. That helps with that dorsiflexion of the ankle that you need, especially if you're coming down into a deeper squat. 6, right here. 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, if you don't have a wall that you can lean up to that's super convenient, just anything to get your balance or stability will work. But the goal here isn't necessarily balance, it's more just trying to go up high as you can with your toes. That's 13 or 14, maybe 15. Go a couple more for extra credit here. And then we'll work on that hip control and hip weakness. Okay. So when it comes to the hip, what we're going to work on here is stabilizing without having to work the knees too much. So the knee will still move, but the primary motion is going to come from your hips. As you come down here, this is where you get your chair, a bench. You're going to have your feet out here. We're going to be working through a hip hinge movement. So you're coming up, just like this. If your knees are having trouble, just stick with 2 feet here. We're going to go for 12 repetitions. If you're able to, though, I want you to try to go on one leg. So here we'll start, one leg, and go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure you're going all the way down here. 11 and 12. Good, we'll switch. Again, if your knee's kind of bothering you, just make sure to go the full range that you have available. And we'll switch here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, 12. Good. Go ahead and rest for a second here. Whew. So the goal of this here, even while your knee is moving, you're using those hips to really involve or to get involved in that movement. So every time that you go to squat down or sit, you're using your knees, but you're also hinging at the hips. We want to build that pattern. We'll come back. We're going to go one more round of each. Then we'll kind of combine everything between the stretches we did to start and this little exercise here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Switch. Down. 1. Make sure you're coming all the way up every time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. All right. Now we get to piece it all together. So we saw the compensations. of the ankle pointing out, the knees coming in, or that hip dropping in. We're going to try to make sure that the knees, toes, and hips are all aligned. So I often get a question, where should my toes be pointing? And it doesn't super matter. It's going to kind of depend on the person because everyone's body is built just a little bit differently. But find what position works for you and make sure that you find alignment in it. So for you, if maybe you feel better with your toes pointed forward, that's awesome. Keep it all in line. If you find it's more natural to have a slight toe out, totally fine. Make sure your knees and hips are tracking out with it though. Don't let them collapse in, okay? So the movement here, we're gonna go elbows, coming down, tapping the knees, coming back up. We're not trying to load up too heavy. We're just looking at good controlled movement. From the side, I don't want to see that bending forward here, round in the back. Keep your back straight, sit down deep as you can. If you're having pain in the knee, just go down to where you can. So put something behind you, come down, try to tap your butt to it, and come back up. Stay within your pain tolerance. We're going to try to go 12 here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Rest for a second. We'll shake it out. If you need a break, take a little bit longer. We're going to try to come back into it. And here we go. Same thing. Make sure you're nice and aligned. 12 more. 1, 2, 3. Try to make sure that you're controlling your way down. 4, 5. That way you're not just dropping and collapsing too quickly. 6, 7, because we do want to have control through the knees and the quads. There's 9, 10, 2 more, 11, 1 more, 12. Excellent work today, everyone. Continue working on this, especially if you found difficulty with restriction in the ankle or weakness in the hip. If you did have more weakness in the hip, go ahead and check out this video up above just to get a little more of that stability for you. And as always, if you liked this video, make sure you like and subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any more follow-along physical therapy videos. We'll see you in the next one.